Okay, this video is a little bit improvised. I've been working a lot over the past, all is relative, one might say, over the past, I know all is absolute in the language of Hegel, but I've been working on trying to make the encyclopedia intelligible. But the more I understand Hegel, the more I realize that with Hegel, like I said in my previous video, the smarter you get, the more stupid you feel for having been dumb all along, and probably it will keep going on. And I've just realized I've spent 2.5 years of my empirical life plunged in the writings of Hegel every day, isolated completely almost from the ordinary world. So I understand German metaphysics very well, but I'm completely disconnected with the consciousness of ordinary person. So in this video, I would like to say that now I will change the format of my videos. I will try to improve the aesthetic quality, but from now that's secondary. I've bought table boards, chalkboards to illustrate better. And I will try to contextualize what I say. That I will do this probably in my next video, which will come in a few days, or it depends. But here I will just, I would like to say, all the videos I've realized, all the videos that I've published over the past 4 months of this channel, most of them are not very good. I will not suppress any video. You can't suppress anything on the internet anyway. I won't suppress anything, but I will improve the quality of my video as long as I can make videos. And here is just a test. I will use this as an opportunity to illustrate very simple logical determinations. It's not speculative logic, it's ordinary logic, but it can help a lot. So I will just illustrate. I have checked the camera so that it fits the table. So I simplify here. It's not very rigorous, but it can help nonetheless. Bestimmtheit in German means determinacy, and Bestimmtheit in the logic of Hegel, but in logic, means a quality, to qualify something. When you qualify something, you answer the question, what is it? You define in a way. Here that's not very rigorous. In Hegel's logic it's much more rigorous, but let us simplify just to illustrate. Bestimmtheit means determinacy. To give something a Bestimmtheit means to qualify, like I said, to answer the question, what is it? If you say that is this kind of object, you give the Bestimmtheit, the determinacy, and you have qualified the object or the thing or the Dasein that you are trying to qualify. It's not good quality or bad quality, just to say what it is. A Bestimmung or Bestimmungen in the plural would be translated in English by determinations. So you see the root, the etymological root, both in German and in English, and in French also, is kind of the same, but a determination would be, in ordinary language, what we call the properties, the features, the characteristics. And to give determination or Bestimmungen to an object or to a thing or to a Dasein would be to answer the question, what are the characteristics? So by giving the Bestimmtheit, you qualify, you determine, you define, and by giving the Bestimmungen, you kind of identify. It's not very rigorous here. Hegel would say identity is but let us leave Hegel aside for now, if that's possible. So giving the Bestimmungen, the determinations of an object, means to identify or to describe. It can be a description, a sensuous description, or an intellectual, a cognitive, a conceptual description. That would be the broad distinction between Bestimmtheit and Bestimmungen, determinacy and determinations. Now I will use another very useful intellectual tool, the distinction. But like I said at the beginning of the video, that my videos, most of them are kind of garbage, because I did not even, I should have begun by defining the very simple terms, very easy, and I lost myself in extremely abstract but extremely complex but yeah, that's part of the process, I guess. So das Allgemeine, die Allgemeinheit, in German and in English, that's the universal. Das Allgemeine, that is the universal. The Allgemeinheit means the universality. And I use UPS in German, that's A, B, E. Das Besondere is translated in English by the particular. Die Besonderheit is the particularity. Das Einzelne, that is the singular, and the Einzelheit, this is the singularity. So UPS is universal, particular, singular. And the illustration here, that's very basic logic. U is the universal, P are the particularization, or the various particulars which are contained within or under the universal, and the determinations, Bestimmungen of the universal, they are contained in the particulars. And one could say that to particularize the universal means to give a Bestimmtheit. The distinction between the various particulars of a universal are Bestimmtheiten, determinacies. And then the singulars, they are contained within or under the particulars, and also, God fucking damn it. Does it record? Yeah, okay. The determinations of the singular are contained within or under, in classical logic, not in Hegel's logic, but also partly, but under and within the particular. And because the particular is contained within the universal, the determination, some determinations, not all of them, of the singular are contained in the universal. And the syllogism, basic classical syllogism, all men are mortal. Man is particular, mortal is universal. Socrates is a man, Socrates is the singular, man is the particular, therefore Socrates is mortal. So a syllogism means to unite P with U, S with P, and therefore S with U. Yeah, that's classical syllogism in ordinary logic. And in the various sciences, the universal, in biology, for instance, in the taxonomy and the classification of the various species, the universal would be the genera, in English. It comes from the Latin root genus, generis, and the particulars, or the particularization of the universal, the particularization of the genus, the genera, are the various species. It also comes from Latin species, specie, and the particularization or the singularization of the particular are the individuals. And in biology you have genera, species, individuals, and you can, this is a very useful intellectual tool in the sense that the singular can become the universal of other particulars. The particular can be a universal, and if P becomes U, S becomes P, and under S there are other S's. To illustrate, in biology you have order, classes, kingdoms, clusters, you have families, and then you have genus or genera, genres, species, subspecies, subpopulations, subgroups, and so on. You can classify, not infinitely, but indefinitely in a way. And genera, species, individuals gives in ordinary language general, special, and universal. The specificity, the generality, etc., that is etymology, but the ID in the ordinary sense, not in the Hegelian ID. The Denkbestimmungen, as Hegel would say, the thought determination which is contained in the words general, generality, generalization, special, speciality, specialization, individual, individuality, individualization, whatever, the concepts in the ordinary sense, not in the Hegelian sense, the Denkbestimmungen, are UPS, Allgemeinheit, Besonderheit, Einzelheit. So that's, that's basic, ordinary logic. It's just that if you adopt just this classification in your mind, UPS, you can classify almost anything. I will just take an illustration. I will take a book. Yeah, fucking damn it. A book by Hegel, of course. I have mostly book by God. This is, if you take you, the universal, you say it's a book, so that's the phenomenology of spirit. You say the universal is a book, the particular, it can be German philosophy, it can be German idealism, it can be a work by Hegel. And here, I just take this illustration. If you say the universal is a book, the particular is German philosophy, then the other particulars would be English philosophy, Greek philosophy, French philosophy, Indian philosophy, etc., etc. If you say the universal is the book, the particular is German idealism, then the other particularities would be English idealism, Indian idealism, Greek idealism, or if you take the particular of idealism, you have the various types, species, one can say, or particularities of idealism. If you say German idealism, if you put the emphasis on German, you would have German idealism, German rationalism, German existentialism, German... there are only idealists in Germany. German critical philosophy. So if you say German idealism is the particular of this book, the Kritik der reinen Vernunft, the book by Kant, would be German critical philosophy, although it's kind of subjective idealism, but it's not really idealism. So, and in Nietzsche, you would have what is Nietzsche? How do you classify Nietzsche? You cannot classify Nietzsche. Yeah. Or if you say, then again, the universal is a book, the particular is a book by Hegel, then the singulars would be the phenomenology, the encyclopedia, the Wissenschaft der Logik, etc., etc. And in other particulars, you would have potentially all the other authors who ever wrote a book. So that's just to illustrate. It's very easy, but it simplifies greatly the activity of thinking, and it clarifies a lot of misunderstandings. So yeah, and I will make a second video that I will publish just after this one about the other side of the chalkboard. And yeah, the quality is not very good, but I have tried to focus my attention on this channel over the past few months on the intellectual quality, but I've realized that I've said it already, that I lost myself in a realm of pure abstraction, and I'm trying to come back down to earth to share my truth. Yeah, so that was just a very simple illustration, and yeah, it's not a very rigorous video, but it's just to illustrate.